Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wrestling with the Paranormal. And today, we're going to talk about Stanley's life insurance. You ever wonder why people die and they don't have money for like funerals and stuff, and kids at a tour, and everyone's like down and out? And then you get Stanley's life insurance. Remember, Stanley's life insurance, the only life insurance that'll pay you a buttload of money. And there's a show about like paranormal wrestling back in there. Watch it, don't watch it, I don't care. I guess the show's gonna start now. Hello, everyone, welcome to Wrestling with the Paranormal, the only wrestling podcast. I guess the only paranormal podcast that's for wrestling fans, made by wrestling fans. I am Canada Dry, and as you can see right there, or over there, right there, you can find us at All F in Wrestling. Follow us on Twitter. Introduce yourself, and I am, of course, Canada Dry.
Of course, you all know me as the Magician. Every paranormal show's got to have a magician. You can find me at Effie Magician, and my name is Liam Wakeling.
And let's what we got for our main event today? What's our main story?
Well,
I didn't do it on the scrolling thing today.
No problem. So today we're heading to New Mexico for some mysteries.
Some mysteries.
Underground mysteries, though.
Yes, they are underground mysteries. Stuff that's underneath your feet in New Mexico. We're going to look into that. And you got those creepy little guys behind you. I hate them. Creep the shit out of me every time.
What guys?
Anyways, let's bring in Linda Seibel, George
Cut the
Payne.
music.
How you doing, Georgie? Georgie boy.
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Music.
Touch them with yourselves for a moment, okay?
I think George is rocking out to this music.
Nah, I was actually listening to the new Megadeth album earlier, so.
And what do you reckon?
I do say it's a bit. If you've ever listened to Megadeth, it's a Megadeth album, but I feel like it did get a lot better than their last one, Dystopia, I believe. I like it a bit more, so check it out.
Just plugging a bit of music there, guys.
You know, we need to get our own band.
Today, this week, sorry to cut you off. I just realized we still got our generic rock music. Speaking of generic rock music. Hello, Joseph Graham. You guys let it run on and didn't even tell me.
I did. I just tried to not make it so obvious.
Oh, was it?
You did.
I thought you were trying to make it like, speaking of music, I'm going to wander on about... So we got Graham on the show. We got a few people watching. Welcome if you're watching. Thank you so much for tuning in to Wrestling with the Paranormal, where we talk about wrestling and we talk about the freaky shit. The freaky shit. What do you think of the freaky shit, Magician?
I love freaky shit, and that's something I never thought I'd say.
George, let us out. Do you like freaky shit?
Always. It's the only thing I trust. If something's going normal, no, I don't trust that.
Now, freaky shit could mean sexual too, so...
Let's keep it PG, guys. Come on.
Right? So you got to be careful when you say freaky shit, that the other person isn't taking freaky shit the wrong way. So we're going to start off and talk about wrestling, right? What do we got first?
Well, Have we got a little video to play?
No, we're just gonna show some pictures.
Sweet. So obviously
Sweet?
with the rest of sweet. Sorry, my British
It
accent
sounds
there.
like you said sweet.
So it's been a good few days for obviously the face of effing wrestling, Natalia Markova. She is now the first ever NWA Queen Bee. Canada Dry. I know you're really close with Markova. What do you think?
I didn't know this match was even going on. She killed it on night one of NWA 74, and she was just awesome. She entered the Burke Invitational on number 3. Now this is like a battle royal style match, not a battle royal, but a Royal Rumble style match with submission and pinfalls in it. And she came out number 3, and she lasted to the very end against the Impaler, Max the Impaler, I think it is. And she almost won. And she was the star of that match. The spotlight was on her the whole time. And so the pre-show, I guess all the losers from the night before were a tournament. Not a tournament. It's like first it was a tag match, a 3-way tag match, and the winners of that 3-way tag match then turned on themselves to become the Queen Bee. So Natalia went all the way to the end and became the first ever Queen Bee of the NWA. Now I played this the Queen Bee song. What is it by Lord? What is it called? Ruler.
Yeah.
I played that, and it got taken down on Twitter, but it's still on Facebook. So, and there's a picture of our friend Natalia Markova with her crown after she won it. And then we got this one. This one's great. She looks like a princess from Disneyland.
The crown definitely suits her.
What part of me?
The crown definitely suits her.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now, what do you think about it, George? Thoughts?
Congratulations. Well, personally, I would have had her won that battle royal on night 1, but I believe this did much better, and hopefully it starts the mega push her all the way to the moon, to that NWA Women's Championship.
Yeah.
Now, I think that this is a way to build her star before she gets a match with Carmella.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this match against Carmella has got to happen. It's just got. I mean, you could say Battle of the Asses.
So does it Carmella? I meant the NWA champion Camille. It sounds similar, right? But that would be a good match too.
Yeah, but the question is, would it be in WWE or would it be in NWA?
I think it would be at an independent event.
Good. Yeah, that's a good answer.
Like you would sell that really well, especially.
It would be a mini Forbidden Door.
Yeah. So that will definitely go on the blooper reel where I said Carmella instead of Camille.
You've got it.
I didn't mean to insult you because we don't like Carmella on this show.
But sticking with Camille, I mean, what's your overall opinion on obviously this?
Camille, I think she's great. I think she's got a lot of potential. She's got a lot of star power. It will be interesting to see what happens after she loses the belt.
That's Camille, by the way, not Carmella.
Yes. I need a little bit more of the monster.
Yeah, you might need that. So should we move to our next story, or is there anything you want to add to this?
No, I think we're good.
Sweet. So obviously this week it was announced that Bobby Fish will be leaving AEW. Now, I'm surprised at this one because I'm a really big fan of this trio, but yeah, Bobby Fish no longer be AEW. What do you think?
Brianna is very proud of my monster because she is a monster fan as well. Bree and I, we both like cats and Monster energy drinks, so we get that connection going with that. What do you think, George? I'll let you go first.
Well, besides hearing a report from Bobby Fish himself and all the dirt sheets and the Dave Meltzers, and I keep hearing these rumors that Bobby Fish's contract is up already or soon. Until he or AEW really makes an actual statement themselves about it, like to the public, honestly, I kind of don't really believe it. Yes, there probably are problems with him or contract negotiations going in, like behind the scenes that we don't know about, that everyone is trying to get. But we've seen as of late all the dirt sheets and Dave Meltzer's just getting all these crazy, random, wild rumors spread throughout the wrestling world as of late. So, other than until an actual fact that's coming from AEW or Bobby Fish himself is out. I'm
I
kind of
do
taking
believe
everything with
it's
a
been
grain of salt.
reported that. I do believe he's been reported that his contract is over.
Wow. I didn't know it was over. I knew it was obviously due to be over, but where does this leave O'Reilly and Cole?
I don't know. Like, you kind of wonder about Strong then if he comes in and replaces. There's someone else to replace them in their faction.
Mm.
It'll definitely be an interesting one.
I mean, they're also both injured and signed to what, 5-year deals? So, I think.
Yeah, and I was surprised when they weren't in the tournament.
Yeah, me too. I thought they was going
I
to
was
cost.
like, what? Why are they not in the tournament? They kind of set it up.
Yeah,
So then,
I mean, to be fair, I like the tournament setup. I was a bit disappointed about because of how many trios teams they have. Undisputed Elite, the Elite, Dark Order, everyone that we've seen, House of Black, and it was just kind of like this mini quarterfinal tournament, and it wasn't like this huge thing like before that we've had leading up to the inaugural championships or champions.
now that this could be because of the Bobby Fish situation, it could have thrown a real wrench in the cogs of the tournament. So
Yeah, I mean, what do y'all think to the tournament overall? Has it been disappointing? You been excited with it?
I didn't mind it. I think what it does what it's supposed to do, and that's make Aaliyah and sorry, the other girl's name escapes me.
I'm not saying a word.
Is it Rodriguez?
Wrong. Wait. Wrong tournament.
I thought you were talking about I thought you said Raw.
No.
No.
The trios
Raw. I can't understand half the stuff you say, Leo.
We're talking about the Budokai Tenkaichi.
Wow.
What about
Okay, start again. More for the Budokai.
What about the trios tournament for AEW?
I thought you were going like on a audible here and wanted to talk about that as well. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Let's move to our last story. This has been a great episode already. We're only 30 minutes in. So yeah.
Oh gosh.
So yeah.
Keep sipping that monster in.
I blame the British accent.
Is that monster or something? You did something to that monster. I swear.
It's totally the British accent. I thought he said Monday Night Raw.
Bree, no. I know you're watching. Something happened with that monster.
What has Bree done to that monster?
Anyways, let's move on to our next topic.
Last piece of news. So Triple H, in an interview, stated that AEW beat their developmental, and he went on to congratulate them. I was a bit surprised with this, but yeah, what do we think?
Yeah, what I don't get is Triple H, you were the one who was running developmental.
Yep.
And the word developmental, how developmental is it when Charlotte Flair is your NXT Women's Champion at one point? And you got every second week, you got a Raw or SmackDown superstar or two on the show. So I think that he's just throwing in a little bit of, AEW does it all the time. They throw daggers. So I think it's interesting. We got some words. Chris Jericho fired back, but we're gonna let you what you think about it, George, and what Liam thinks on it before we get Chris Jericho's thoughts.
Well, I do feel like it was a bit more of a jab because NXT has always been Triple H's guys and his little thing, so I don't really see why he would keep wanting to call themselves, AEW just beat my developmental class and stuff, especially when he's the one who brought the NXT Invasion at Survivor Series, and especially now bringing NXT superstars on Raw and SmackDown
Well,
and bringing them
the
in.
jab would make a lot more sense if he was never involved in that, and you get like, okay,
Yeah,
he's never
yeah,
in. That's his thing.
yeah, I do agree with that because if Triple H was like probably a little less more involved with NXT, I could probably see them being more developmental. But as of all the stars that we've seen on Raw and SmackDown, and some that we have now still in NXT,
Oops, sorry, Joseph
I do, I do believe that some of them, it's kind of like 50-50 for still being developmental and more stars being born from NXT than going up to the main roster. So I do feel
Absolutely.
like it was a jab in the end, but
Noob says, because I brought up Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair was terrible because she doesn't bring emotional speeches or anything. That's why Cody Rhodes is more Tony Stark than Charlotte Flair being Clark Kent. A Superman reference at the end saved it. Superman saves everyone.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, I mean, I think you said it best, Canada Dry. I mean, Triple H was running NXT. You know what I mean? And the product itself was really good. I mean, we can't deny the product itself. I mean, but then once Vince got older, it did kind of go downhill. But I do think it is a little jab.
It definitely was destructive of that. Totally dismantled and start from the very bottom to add those Nickelodeon colors and really give it that different sort of feel than what Triple H created. Now we're just going to put the graphic from Chris Jericho. He said, it's just changing the narrative and changing the history, which makes me laugh. When it started, it was not developmental. It was a third brand, and it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And all the other bullshit that they said. So, of course, we beat the developmental. Whatever you want to call it, who gives a shit? NXT sucks. They probably were punished, and that's why Triple H said, because he's angry, we beat them, and he's angry, we exist. But we don't care about WWE. We care about our show. We will continue to exist because my boss has a lot more money than his boss does.
So just to clarify, what Chris Jericho is saying there is we beat you in the Wednesday Night Wars. If you remember them.
Exactly. Your thoughts on that, Mr. Le Desapin?
well, I do believe some more important parts I can't agree more on than others. That NXT was treated as a third brand, and then it got treated more as developmental. And yes, it was the Wednesday Night Wars, but honestly, I felt like that was a good thing because it was pushing both products to kind of go against each other and put out better products. Because when there's competition, competition is usually good for business, and that's kind of what helps everyone thrive better. So
I just want to deal with what Joseph said, and you can continue on after that if you want. My question is, how the black and gold guys feel about this quote? Like, you got to feel like, whoa, you just like really, put us down, and like,
yeah, I do
on
agree.
our back, right?
When you think of obviously wrestlers who's come through the black and gold brand, I mean, you've got Keith Lee. That's the first one who comes to my mind. I mean, the list is probably endless. I mean, the brand at the minute. There you go. But the brand at the minute, apart from Bron Breakker, possibly Toxic Attraction, is there anybody else who stands out there for you?
I can't really. Mandy Rose?
Maybe in the future, like a Nikita Lyons or Cora Jade, maybe, but they're still trying to find themselves. But I say the biggest one right now who could actually.
We don't talk about her.
Who's that?
Oh, we don't.
We don't talk about her on the show.
Oh, we don't.
What are we on about?
Anyways, let's get on. That's our news. That's our discussing points. Thank you so much for being part of that. Now it's time for Liam's favorite part of the show, where he has to really buckle down and figure out, do some detective work instead of magician work. It's time for Bull or Truth. Now,
With
what do you
me.
got for us today, Liam? What do you have for us? What are you pulling out of your imagination or your research books?
Don't you mean George?
Is that George? Oh, wait,
That's
that
George. That's
one.
George.
That one.
Oh,
There we go.
something in
That
your
one.
monster.
No,
That kind
no. You
think
picked that
I
up
was
for
running.
10 cents?
So yeah, George, you got me. You got me last week, George. What you got for us this week?
Well, so this is a tale, and I can't even tell you how to pronounce this dude's last name, so we're just going to call him Guy by his first name.
Or
So,
Guy. Make
Guy.
him French, Guy.
You want to go Guy? We'll go Guy. Okay, so Guy. He kind of wakes up panickingly, if I can English, during the middle of the night, and it's about 1, 2 a.m. in the morning, and he's remembering an event, and so he's remembering and going through, and he's freaking out because what he thought was just a normal drive, um, he was remembering that he was driving, and then he was trying to stop, and then next thing he could see was these orange lights from something, but then as he's driving and he tries to stop, and these orange lights get brighter until he sees this cyclist hit his car, the car hood on the left side, and he goes over, and then he remembers
Uh-oh.
panicking, but at this time he's already at his home, safe in his home,
Wait, so he
and
did a
he's like,
hit and run? He did a hit and run?
yes, he did a hit and run
Oh, man.
because he's already at his home by now, and he's remembering, why didn't I stop? Why? What am I doing? And I'm already
He's
home, and
going
he's
to
like, the
jail.
police
He's
are
going to
coming for
jail.
me, and he's just panicking and panicking. And so as a little time goes by, he hears a knock on the door, and he's like, oh, they're coming for me, they're coming for me, the police are here. And so he's like, okay, musters up some courage, and he goes to the door, and he starts saying, all right, you got me, before being cut off by the officers. And they tell him, sir, we are sorry to inform you that your son has been in a hit and run accident while he was riding his bike. And shortly after that, he was taken to the hospital. And that's kind of where it ends.
Wow, I didn't expect that twist. Wow.
Okay, so is it my turn to go first?
Whichever you want, mate. I'm happy either way.
Am I going to go? All right.
Yep.
I'm going to say. Hold on. I'm getting a text. They're telling me to go true.
I'm going to go with Canada Dry on this one. I think it's
What?
true.
You're just going to copy me? What the hell bullshit is this?
But it's teamwork. Come on.
Teamwork to make the dream work, right?
There you go.
Bree says, oh my God.
Joseph says it's bull.
That's a hard comment to chew. Joseph calls bullshit on this one.
Ooh.
So we've got 2 for true, 1 for bull.
No, one for bullshit.
Well, bullshit.
You didn't feel comfortable saying that at all. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Everyone on three. On three. Bullshit, okay? 1,
Bullshit.
2, 3. Bullshit.
Bullshit. Shit.
Shit.
Oh my goodness. All right. So, do you want to
Well,
Bree, hold on. Let's see what Bree says. Bree or Noob, if
Yeah.
you're there, let us know what you think. We'll
Let
give
us
you
know,
10
Bree.
seconds, Bree. 1, 2,
2.
3, 4, 5,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
8,
8,
9,
9.
10. You didn't get to answer. You're done.
Well, she's
Take a
been counted
forfeiter.
out, so.
She got counted out of the ring.
Ooh. Well, your long awaited answer has arrived, and. Ding, ding, ding. This one is true.
She just
Oh, and
commented.
Bree answers wrong at the last second.
Oh, she wasn't there enough for the buzzer beater.
But she still answered wrong, so it doesn't matter.
There you go. So it was true. Yes, I'm back on the winning streak.
Back on the right track. Thank you so much for being part of half the show, pretty much.
Always
Absolutely.
a pleasure.
Cheers, George.
And
All
we're
right.
going to see George next tomorrow. This is his third time on the podcasts this week, tomorrow. So
Absolutely.
Putting in the work.
he's getting
Yep.
the spotlight. He's getting the push. So
He's
that
gonna
means
get
you got to get a better camera.
Maybe.
And
Yeah.
a better internet.
And a better what?
Internet.
Oh.
See you tomorrow, George.
See you later.
All right. See y'all. Have a good show. Let's see.
He's definitely putting the hours in this week.
Imagine if hours were money, he'd be rich.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He'd
Gets
have
paid by the hour.
$3.
What could you get $3 these days?
I remember having $2 when I was a kid, and I could get a medium Slurpee, but it was kind of like this big Slurpee, a pack of wrestling cards, and a bag of chips.
God, wrestling cards, I remember them.
The superstar ones, the one with Hulk Hogan and all that.
They were called slam attacks when I was younger.
Oh, it was way before that. All right. So let's get story time with the magician and Canada Dry. But I totally don't have the button ready as I say that.
This is what happens when you go live.
Yeah, that's what happens. And story time, baby. Woo!
Sweet. So last week we obviously were in London. Now where are we this week?
We are so this is the mysteries of the New Mexico Underground. Now, this takes place in the town of Dulce, like Salsa, I guess. Salsa? I don't know. Dulce, New Mexico. And this town was founded in the end of the 19th century. And this is when the government was making the Apache locate to one area instead of being all over the place. And so they started up I'm going to butcher this, the Jicarilla Apache Reservation. And so this turned into the town of Dulce, New Mexico. And like right from the start, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's something to do with the natives, but right from the start, there's strange lights in the sky at nighttime, some weird, wacky lights, and then you got Bigfoot running around. Like this is always gets me when you have like an all-star team of paranormal. We got ghosts, we got aliens, we got Bigfoot, we got the Ogopogo shows up.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's that. In case you don't know what the Ogopogo is, that's our in Canada Loch Ness monster.
Oh, I did not know that. So that was quite new.
Ogopogo is our Loch Ness monster here in Canada. They're probably brothers. So this getting back onto the story. So some of the farm animals around the 1970s, strange shit starts going down with cow mutilations, and they're pretty much they're cutting them with such precision. They're removing their eyeballs, part of their mouths are usually missing. the organs, and the sexual reproduction areas are always removed with precision. So no animal is coming in and doing this. And the other weird thing was that after these animals are getting killed in these cow mutilations, is uh, no creatures, scavenger creatures, buzzards or whatnot, or any sort of scavenger creatures won't go near these these cattle. And so the townspeople, they start getting angry. They're like, these, because that's a lot of money, right? Imagine what
Absolutely.
a cattle worth. Like that's their living. That's just like pretty much robbing from them. So they go to the police and say, listen, you guys got to deal with this. Um, and so Gabriel Valdez, um, he takes on the case. But the problem is, the more he deals with this, he has more questions than answers. And the one of the theories that he had, which was really interesting, is that the cows were being dropped from a high height because they had shattered bones, and they they kind of wondered where he was going. They believed that he was on a chase to point at aliens, but he really wasn't. He just wanted to get the bottom and get the truth on this. Um, so uh, we're going to go fast forward to 1986, and her name is Jerry Julian, and I guess she just went by Julian. So she went to the police about an alien abduction in her sleep. So the night before, her and her husband, they were stargazing uh, out near the mesa. That's the area where the kind of mountain goes up, right?
Hmm.
And they were just having a good time. Had a little wine, had a little cheese, and whatnot. A little chips, a little dip, and
Bit of
anyways,
salsa.
yeah, a little salsa, a little salsa. Um, so her attention is brought to this one particular star, and it's like going across the night sky, and she's like, "Is this like a shooting star?" And she was like wondering, but then uh, she thought that maybe it might be a satellite, but then all of a sudden it starts coming closer and closer, and it's coming right in front of her. It's right down, and then it's like 6 feet away from them. And now this is the interesting part. The light all of a sudden goes away, and now there's some sort of spaceship sort of structure, looks like a flying saucer. And I guess Julian and her husband are right freaked out. I know I would be. I'm coming just to eat some milk and cheese and get lucky, but uh,
Yep.
all of a sudden now, sex is off the table pretty much because the aliens are there. So um, all of a sudden, the stairs come out, which is weird. We'll talk about that in a bit. Um, the stairs come out, and two uh, alien-like figures start coming down, and they're freaking out. And uh, Julian, she kind of lets out this little yelp because she's just so freaked out. And her husband grabs her, picks her up, puts her in the truck, and
They just
he's trying
bolt.
to start the car, and it's not starting. It's like one of those horror movies, like right out of the horror movies.
You can't make this up, can you?
Pardon me?
You can't make this up, can you?
No. And so they're getting closer and closer. The car still won't turn over. And they're just about to grab the door handle. And all of a sudden, the car and then they book it out of there. And so they're home. They don't report this to the police. And so they're in their bed. And around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock ish in the morning, all of a sudden she feels a tugging sensation on her body. And I guess she checks to see if it's her husband, and her husband's way on the other side of the bed. So then she looks down and she sees the two figures from the earlier in the night.
Can you imagine
And
how creepy that actually is?
Yeah. And so they start pulling down the blanket to expose her naked body. And she goes to let out a scream, but she can't do it. They're affecting her vocal cords. Something's going on where she's not allowed to scream. And she lets out this little tiny yelp, just kind of like earlier. And that's enough to wake up her husband. And then they instantly disappear, which is weird.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make the tag.
Thank you very much. Absolutely. So, yeah, like I said, there's absolutely loads on this story. So now, I'm not sure I get this name right. The Messer, is it? I can't even say the first name right. Now, there's a lot of mystery surrounding the Messer, which is obviously the mountains.
Yep.
Now, a businessman yet to be named had a lot
I just wanted to add, sorry, that Jerry Julian, she spoke when they went to the police. She spoke about how the natives knew about these creatures for a long time, and that there's actually a hole in the mountain. So that kind of leads to a good segue there as you continue on.
Thank you very much. So, yeah, as a businessman, obviously in the neighborhood, he had a lot of suspicions about the Messer. So, so he took it upon himself to obviously fly over the actual mountains on his private, obviously, aircraft. And he was just basically looking for, anything out of the ordinary? So taking pictures, you name it, like trying to get as much evidence as he can because he fully believed that there was something going on in this actual mountain. Now, this obviously drew the attention of obviously the people who worked on the base near there. And he was invited to actually on the base to speak in person. Now, obviously, as he got there, yes, I'm loving that. Like a scare.
Mean mugging. It hurt to do that because you guys are supposed to take the hat off because there's that weird sort of curve in the hat. I'm like, I didn't want to reveal my hat head on the show.
Dear. Yep, so obviously he was invited onto the actual base. Now, to basically show the information he actually found. Now, the interesting thing is, and I'd love to get your opinion on this, was he apparently had maps with alleged air vents and access points. So apparently he had like proof of obviously like a script with a mountain saying this is where he thinks the vents are, the maps, trying to like debunk it is where we call it.
Right. Yeah, debunk it.
That's probably the best way I could describe it. And then he also had interviews with the owners of the cattle and the residents who claimed to have been abducted in the area. So is it demonic? It's kind of weird. Did the magician just put... No, I did not.
Sorry, let's show the pitch.
Oh, dear.
A wabbit under the hat.
Yeah. So obviously he was still basically showing all this information. Now, apparently, according to reports, the more detail he added, the more it didn't become believable. Have you ever had that point where you're trying to like somebody's explaining something to you, and like the more detail they actually...
Yeah, I think weird. He really suffered there when he started getting in on, the the human body parts that were in there.
Yep, and that's the thing. The more detail they added, the more it become not believable, and you could relate that to real life as well. In general, like somebody's telling you a story, but the more they add it, the more you're like, this is not really
So you
believable.
got something on the human, like the part he said about there's human organs and stuff like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So later on, obviously, in all the interview here, well, the evidence he was showing, apparently there was he had proof of the whole floor was covered in alien base, contained human organs and body parts harvested by alien, ridiculed and So let me just try that again so people understand it. What I
Yeah.
mean.
So why why would they need the human body parts? What are they going to do with them?
It's really a thing, but this actual statement, obviously, it was absolutely berated, and then literally he got kicked off the base.
So didn't he go nuts?
Yep. So after this, sadly, his health deteriorated and sadly suffered a nervous breakdown. Now, according to
And then
his,
his family, they put him in the psych ward, right?
yep, the doctors advised him to obviously put him into a psychiatric facility, which apparently, according to this, the credibility kind of just went.
Oh yeah. Like, let's talk about that for a second. If you really did experience this, wouldn't your mental health not be okay?
Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you? It's really weird.
Like, how can you deal with this reality if this is true?
It's.
Like, you would go a little bonkers.
I think it's one of them things as well. If you fully believe it, you're going to literally argue it to you're blue in the face. To be fair. Now, that's one report. Now, so we're going to head to the mid 1990s.
I love the 1990s.
Our 93
Bret
baby.
Hart. Bret Hart. In
There
his
you go.
prime.
So a man goes by the name of Thomas Castello. I hope I've said that right. I'm sorry if I butchered the name.
That's right.
Now, he went public, confirming that there apparently was a facility underneath the Mesa, but he claimed it wasn't an extraterrestrial base, but one constructed by the government. Now, you mentioned the government briefly in your section. We see this all the time, obviously, like government secrecy and stuff. What do you think with this little bit there?
Oh, the government, they did talk about the Roswell incident, right? They covered that up. So
It's really
it was
interesting.
a weather balloon.
Weather balloon, absolutely. Now, he also claimed that aliens and humans. This is the creepiest part of the whole thing. Aliens and human scientists work together on generic experiments.
Isn't that cozy? Isn't that nice?
This just screams
Hey,
like a
Chuck the alien. Can you hand me that Allen wrench over there?
scalpel.
Oh, no problem, Chuck. Oh no, I'm Chuck.
Oh dear. I can just imagine that though. Do you know? Like, can you pass me the scalpel? Here you go, boss.
Yeah, right. Scalpel.
So,
Monkey wrench.
oh, we're losing him. We're low. We're low.
Look below.
I've just got the image now of these two people just working together. One's an alien.
Totally. But I picture it as like a normal guy and Kermit the Frog. Kermit's just got these blacked out eyes. He's like, "What? I'm an alien."
Now,
Kermit the Frog, the alien. I'm Kermit the alien.
I don't have any money.
Yes. It's almost like a mix between Yoda and.
Yeah,
This
not
is Kermit the Frog for Sesame Street News.
Now, apparently, sticking with the Costello sounds like a singer.
That's Elvis Costello. You're close.
There we go. So apparently, Costello related to. He was talking to somebody from the U.S. Air Force. A photographer who was based in Las Vegas. Now, apparently, in the 1970s, he was transferred to the secret base, and he was responsible for extensive surveillance network and documenting any work being conducted on the lab. So, like any construction, like things and stuff like that.
Right.
Now, to make this confusing, this is where
I
I
love
think.
confusion. That's even better.
Oh dear! Now, Costello apparently had photo evidence of alien hybrid suspended in a vat of fluid. That just screams like a movie.
You know, like talk about what I was talking about earlier with the aliens coming at the car, kind of starting. This totally seems like sci-fi, right? Like
Absolutely.
a new X-Files movie.
Oh yeah, I think this would be a great movie. Now, after all this,
Scully, run! They're gonna get you, Mulder.
this is
Don't
where
worry, Scully. You don't believe in that shit.
this is where the story gets creepy, where Costello disappeared without a trace after all this came. So literally, the guy's just vanished
What the hell
completely.
happened to my Coke?
Oh, it's frozen.
The hell happened to my Coke? Who did this? I was gonna have a Coke. Someone put my Coke. Oh.
Oh dear, but yeah, apparently after all these reports have come out, Costello just disappeared without trace. Nobody knows
He
where
never
he is.
sang another song again.
There you go. He probably never sung for Starway. Who knows?
Yes, he later reappeared on the Colbert Show.
Now, after all this, the reports kind of like died down. However, they actually resurfaced due to what we call a whistleblower from the police department. Now, a man who...
You can't laugh and whistle at the same time. It's hard.
No, you can't. In sync there.
We should have a whistling championship. That's what we should have.
That should be a match.
The best whistler in the world.
Oh dear. Now, a man, the person who works at the police department was named Avery Tafoya. I'm suck at these names. I'm just going to say.
Did he know Gabriel Valdez or no?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No idea. Now, he was obviously researching the Julian's testimony, obviously who suffered the supposed abduction.
Let me just add that those aliens are perverts. They're trying to pull down her. Like, come on. They're in front of her husband. That's why they disappeared. They knew they were going to get their ass kicked by a husband. You don't want to mess with a husband who's getting their, you don't mack it on another man's wife, right?
I mean, you mentioned a very good point there at the start where it's like, once the husband woke up, they actually just vanished. It's like, How is that even possible? It's really creepy. Now, obviously, he was looking at the testimony from Julian's, and he came across a report written by federal investigators assigned to the case.
What happened to your cake? Should have a V8.
Now, apparently, according to this, there was also detailed drawings of the facility, including openings to the mountains.
Wait a second. Back this up. Did you say drawings?
Drawings.
Drawings?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Keep going.
Now, apparently, according to this as well, they also discovered detailed drawings of the facility, which included openings to the mountains.
Do you remember that Saturday Night Live skit with it was Mike Myers?
No, I do
and
not.
It goes, well, I know my name is Simon, and I like to do drawings. Come and do another drawing with me.
No, I don't. No, it's a bit before my time.
It's not a live skit.
Oh dear! Now
you don't like cheeky monkey bum looker.
Oh wow! So obviously, Tafoya, I can't even say his name now. I'm laughing too much. Oh dear!
Oh, we like to have fun on the show. Why the hell not? It's a freaking dark topic. We gotta lighten it up with laughter and joy.
Always. On a Friday night, let's have some fun, aren't we?
We got a Monster Energy drink. We got creepy guys behind Liam.
There's nobody there.
They're there. Don't even lie to me.
There's nobody there. I'm telling you, guys. In the comments, is there anybody there? Because I can't see him.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. So what I think, I've always had the opinion that demons and aliens are the same thing. You might not agree. This is just my theory. But something interesting happens when Julia and her husband see the spaceship, the stairs.
Yes.
Are
Now
you telling me this advanced race from far across the galaxy or some like portal they come through, they can't do better than stairs? Like I have stairs in my back porch here, like 4 of them. How many stairs you got?
A lot.
You got a lot of stairs. And you're telling me the aliens, they can't do better than stairs.
Lifts.
So they got some stairs they're walking down. So here's something interesting that you might not know. Demons cannot create. They can only copy and corrupt what we've already created. Only God can create, and only we can create. That's something that demons and angels just can't do, because we're made in His image. So they could copy our stairs. That's the best they could do. I guess we didn't have any other technology to copy yet. So,
no.
Yeah.
I think we see the thing is with this story. I mean, we've covered absolutely loads of stories over the past couple of months. There's so much on this story. I think we're gonna have to do a part 2 for definite.
Oh, definitely got to do a part 2. And the stuff we didn't cover, we can cover that. We're at 52 minutes right now. Just because of we have to keep it light. We got friggin' aliens in the end of your bed. You gotta joke around, right?
But yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's so much in this story. I mean, like I said, there's some we've not covered. There's also some bits that we still don't know.
As Joe says, everything else, you copy stairs.
There you go. So, but
I think cool. A slide.
Wee.
Yeah, it's going down a slide. Like, what do you do? Wouldn't that be less intimidating? You're like, wait a second, look, there's a cute coming down that little slide.
What if he falls off at end though?
Or what?
What if he falls off at the end? Falls off at end at slide. It's good. Yeah, he's gonna make himself look a tit.
Tumble down, and then you feel sympathy for him. You're like, "Oh, you okay? Did you bruise your knee?" And it's gonna be like, now you're mothering them. Totally different. But it's interesting with the stairs, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a good theory. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm actually stumbled with this one. There's so many twists and turns with this. I really do not know what to think, and I feel like
alien abductions. That she wasn't even abducted. They're just there to say hi. But what's with the alien abductions at nighttime?
I think so.
Isn't that kind of dark? Isn't that kind of disturbing?
I mean, trying to think like an alien, I think it's just more so that they can actually hide in the dark, if you know what I mean.
That's true. But notice they always come at 3 a.m., the witching hour.
Yeah. I did not know that 3 a.m. were the witching hour.
So I think can we move on to our
yeah,
the hell we call it again?
Knowledge is power.
Oh yes, knowledge is a power. Knowledge. Let's talk about knowledge for a second.
Let's do
Is knowledge, for the sake of knowledge, useless?
I want to say yes, but I want to say no, but then I have not got a back up to that.
Think about it. If I learn knowledge, but I never do anything with it, isn't it useless?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
so if
like
I never apply my knowledge, so I just acquire, and I'm like the smartest man in the entire world, and I'm never able to apply it, doesn't that make knowledge kind of
you.
impotent?
That is a really good thing. You can learn literally everything, but until you implement it, it's just useless. I
Yeah.
like that.
So if you take one or two things and you apply them, you're better than the smartest guy who doesn't use it. So if you can implement one or two things, not that it's a competition, but implement the things that you know. If you know to be a nice person, you know to be generous and kind, apply those things, right? So let's play our little shindig. Is it blinking green for you, or it was kind of blinking green for me?
Say that again, sorry.
Was it blinking for you?
No.
Oh, you saw it normal?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Then I probably shouldn't have mentioned it. Edit that out at the end, interns. Jeffy yells at the interns so much.
Do you know? I
Like,
also
they're going to
realized
complain, and we're going to lose our interns.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know? I also realized it's his birthday today.
I know. Do you know how old JFB is?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised when I saw this, but go on. Do you want to let people know?
Okay, so he went to school with Jesus. He sat behind him. He's like, this guy's going far. But JFB, honestly, love you so much. We couldn't do without you. And it's your 50th birthday. Congratulations. You're half a century old.
Absolutely.
And glad to have you as my friend. So, knowledge power's moment is remember to wish your friends a happy birthday. That was pretty good, eh? Nice segue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice save at the end.
So, what could kids learn from this? What we've talked about today, what could kids learn from it? I mean, I've got a good answer, but it might make you laugh.
I don't care. Do it. You got. Hey, what are you drinking?
It's called Emerge. It's just a simple energy drink.
We're both drinking energy drinks, and you didn't try to like. Anyways,
Kids, whatever you do, do not do what aliens do at night, pulling fucking blankets down.
so what he's really trying to say is, kids, don't be perv. Don't be a perv.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to keep it PG.
Oh,
Oh dear, this has really been a
my
fun
goodness.
episode.
You know, what should I sing today? You got any ideas?
I don't know, it surprised me. I mean, I like the fact when you don't know, you just go in, you just pick a random song and you just go with it.
Let's see if I got any requests.
George, what shall Canada Dry sing?
Anybody got any requests for me to sing at the end in our outro? I'll take requests. If you don't, I'll figure something out. So we have a website. Did you know this?
We have? Since when?
We've almost had it for a year. FNWrestling.com. You can see everything that's going on. We got some stories on there. Click on the links at the very bottom of the screen. It's at the bottom of this too. But check out FNWrestling.com. Hit some ads. Help us out. And if you want to support us in any way, you can message us at All FN Wrestling here. We're on Facebook, on Twitter, and of course, subscribe here on YouTube. We got a pro wrestling tee shop. Look at this. This is Wreckage, our prediction league. He's got the Wrestling with the Paranormal shirt on. I've got the AEW Wreckage shirt on. And so with the prediction league, you can come join us. Our season is almost winding down, so you can get a bit part of season 3. We got some fun things in store. This is a great community. If you want to you don't know too much about wrestling and prediction leagues, that's cool. But you can come be part of our community. And you know what? That's what really all FN Wrestling is about, It's about community, and it's about bringing people together and forming a family. And we like all the effing wrestling. Um, so with that brings me to our wonderful generic rock music.
We
What
forgot
do
what
you
we
think?
got.
We're gonna name this song.
Generic rock music. Just keep it simple.
Um, so with that being said, oh yes, with that being said, I think that you guys out there can keep on wrestling with the paranormal.
And remember, have your cat spayed or neutered. Help control the pet population. Over to you.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Remember, just keep fighting.